Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja strongly encouraged devotees to aspire for the gift of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. However, he just as strongly cautioned against imitation.
He also recognized that when you present something so high, there are always going to be people that want to take shortcuts and want to cheat and go around the proper process. And he used to lament about that there will be many sahaja types, people that will try to spoil the process of bhakti. But still, I have to give this, because if I don't give this understanding, it will be lost in time.
They won't cheat, they want to experience that which is meant to be experienced by those who are realized, who are on the stage of bhava or rati or ashakti. Yeah. They want to experience that without going through the process. Yeah.
Any spiritual development can never stagnate, ever. It's not that I want to be the king in my own little world where I know everything.
He not only revealed that the goal is Radhadasyam, but also gave the procedure, especially from Chaitanya Charitamrita and all the revealed scriptures, how to attain that goal. He explained that no one can attain that supreme goal of life without following the verse Anyabhilasita sunyam jnana karmadya navrtam.
Uttama bhakti, anyabhilasita sunyam jnana karmadya navrtam, anukulyena Kṛṣṇacandra bhakti uttama.
Continuous ardent endeavor meant exclusively for Sri Krishna and performed out of loving affection for him, when devoid of any selfish ulterior desires and not eclipsed by impersonal knowledge, fruitive work, or any other occupation, is known as uttama bhakti.
Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja emphasized this verse perhaps more than any other, calling it the barometer of bhakti. By applying the criteria described in this verse, devotees can clearly understand the type of bhakti that our Guru Parampara want us to aspire for, and to gauge our own progress. He expected all his disciples to know the verse's meaning.
And just now, they also discuss about uttama bhakti, anyabhilasita sunnam anukulyena Kṛṣṇa
Shilanam bhakti uttama. That this uttam bhakti, or highest, most pure bhakti, is like an uninterrupted flow of honey, which flows towards Krishna for the pleasure of Krishna.
Not for one's own pleasure, but in the service of Krishna.
Which is totally devoid of all desires except the desire to satisfy Krishna. It's uttama bhakti, for pure devotional service.
Very good.
One of the words in this verse is anu-shilanam. Generally, anu means continuously, and shilanam, of course, means endeavor. So the continuous endeavor of the senses in the service of the Lord. But anu also means under the anugatya, under the guidance of Śrī Guru. So anushilanam means continual endeavor with the senses in the service of the Lord under the guidance of Śrī Guru. Śrī Guru, seeing our endeavor, bestows his mercy, which brings us closer to the goal of bhakti.
Guru Nishtha is the backbone of bhakti. Backbone. If you will practice the process, gradually your faith towards your Gurudev will come what? Very strong, stronger and strongest.
Śrī Caitanya Prabhu jive daya kori Sapashara Shriya Dhama Sahayavatari Atanta Durlabha Prema Kori Bare Dana Shikhaya Sharanagati Bhakatera Prana Shikhaya Sharanagati Bhakatera Prana.
When we will surrender and very hankering for that rati, weeping always hankering for the mercy of Krishna and devotees. And when the devotees' heart will be melted, seeing our eagerness and our exercising of bhakti, like Krishna looked towards the efforts of Mother Jashoda and he was melted. We have no taste. How this taste will come? If you will follow the rule and regulations of Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī, Sanatana Gosvāmī, Vaikhānasa Mahārāja. We should follow. Then taste will come. And if you are neglecting everything, not Vaishnava etiqueting, you are falling. How you can hope of Braja Prem?
The whole aim of Krishna consciousness is Radha Dasyam, the divine service of Sri Radha. And offenses at the lotus feet of Vaishnavas make one unfit for such service.
My instruction is of Rupa Goswami that never criticize anyone. Always try to remember the good qualities of Vaishnavas.
And that, I think, for me, has helped me not be judgmental of people, because if I am really trying to do from my own platform what I can do and can offer, then I can see that everybody's doing the same. And I have no idea their sincerity and their connection and their heart offering. It might look so insignificant or even mundane or tainted with so many material things, but who knows their heart?
You should be very careful about that. Don't criticize devotees or undevotees, anyone. First try to pure yourself. How you are. Is there any lust in you? All Kutinnatis you are not. Be anxious for that, be worried for that. Don't worry for others. Guru is responsible, Krishna is responsible for that. When you cannot do anything, then why you have no right to criticize them? My request is don't be mad. To be Manjari. Try to follow Upadeshamrit first. First Upadeshamrit. And then other writings of Rupa Goswami. And gradually come and go to top of Bhakti tree.
This is what he emphasized. He would always emphasize Rupa Raghunath, make your foundation of Upadeshamrita, Vacho Vegam, Manasukroda Vegam, like this. You know, don't try and jump too high, don't imitate, just follow Rupa and Raghunath, what they've said, what they've come to give us.
This isn't just something that's manifesting only in the lives of big personalities or qualified personalities or great devotees. It's something that's manifesting in the lives of very unqualified, ordinary, foolish, fallen, ignorant personalities that this can also touch the lives and transform the lives of someone like me. It is for the most fallen.
We must know that all are not in one stage of bhakti, different. So, if anyone is newfound, he has not even Shraddha, can you tell him that, oh, you are Manjari, this is wrong idea. I want to tell you all, very wrong idea. We should try to follow really what is Rupanu.
Śrī Radha Krishna Pada Kamale Mana Kamanilo Vive Charama Sharana Chiradina Charanayasa Chiradina Koriya Charanayasa Ache Bosiya Adhama
Though subject was very high, deep, but now comes up. Gradually it will come some easiest, and then very rasagya it will come. Very rasagya. So you should not be disheartened at all. So high subject, and we are not touching even by mind. So don't be hopeless.
Even the qualification for living out that type of aspiration, maybe thousands of births away, it didn't matter. Still, that the seed of that aspiration was put in our hearts in such a way that we thought, yes, this is something that I aspire for. At least it's something I aspire to aspire for.
Kathamidapi vanchitum me Krishna.
O Lord and Lady of the afflicted, Shri Radha Govinda, what chance does this lowly servant have of attaining prem seva to you, which is sought after by high-class devotees? I am completely unfit, but your supreme mercy does not take into account whether one is qualified or not. Therefore, again I indulge in begging you for this rare prem seva.
Gurudev made it very clear what that goal is, and how we need to develop a relationship with the residents of Vrindavan so that we can go there. Not that we go there and then develop a relationship. We develop a relationship first, and that qualifies us to go there.
I personally feel a very good school teacher. He is always seeing something that could happen in the person, not where he is right now. So he sees the potential in the person. And very natural, I had such teachers in school, so naturally one is like flowing in that direction. So I think, especially in spiritual life, it's the same. If I would only get what would be my adhikar, would be my qualification, I would never even be able to grow.
And it doesn't really matter how long it's going to take, this journey of evolution and progress, spiritual progress. Right now is what is important, and that nourishes me so much.
To that extent that someone is fully embracing Mahaprabhu's the service to his Sankirtan movement, to his mission, what comes is in the heart, automatically, from serving Gauranga Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, Radha Padamboja Sudambu Rasi, the tendency to serve the lotus feet of Śrīmati Radhika and relish and taste the unlimited ocean of nectar of service to her lotus feet.
Those who have taken shelter in the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or his associates, I think one day they will be qualified, certainly. So don't be hopeless. Don't be hopeless. I see everywhere the rays of hope. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, mercy will be upon you.
Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja wanted all devotees, regardless of their qualification, to know the goal of the Rupanuga Gaudiya line and to progress steadily toward it. An impeccable sannyasi in the line of Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he emphasized the highest goal of the teachings he had inherited from his Gurudev and his Guru Varga. He did so with great care, never speaking highly intimate pastimes or advocating that anyone should act prematurely. He balanced this caution with encouragement for senior devotees and newcomers alike. For centuries, devotees have relished contemplating the 4 reasons for Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's advent. 3 reasons, although esoteric, were not difficult to comprehend. To relish the moods of Śrīmati Radhika, to distribute Braj Prem through the holy name, and to answer the heartfelt call of Śrī Advaita Acharya. Yet, some could not conceive how fallen, Kali Yuga conditioned souls could even aspire for his gift of Raganuga Bhakti, even though this had been delineated by all previous acharyas. Others took this gift cheaply, not aware of the depth of the process which our Guru Varga outlined. Śrīla Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja focused on the importance of this reason for Mahaprabhu's descent, emphasizing Śrīla Rupa Goswami's teaching that sadhan bhakti is practiced with the aim of attaining bhav bhakti. Following in the footsteps of Śrīla Rupa Goswami, Śrīla Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and other acharyas, he acted with confidence in revealing the Sampradaya's esoteric truths. For those who were willing to hear him, Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja cleared many misconceptions and established proper conceptions. As a result of this clarity, the nature of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy can be more fully grasped and aspired for. Some had the misconception that Raganuga Bhakti sadhan meant abandoning Vaidhi, or regulated bhakti, to perform random acts of devotion based on the whims of the mind, and then calling this spontaneous devotion. Some had the misconception that Raganuga Bhakti meant perfected bhakti. They did not understand that it was one of 2 types of sadhan bhakti. Some considered that if an aspiring devotee in the line of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu even thought about Raganuga Bhakti, it was a symptom of Prakrita Sahajyaism. And some had the misconception that those in the line of Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada did not aspire for Raganuga Bhakti sadhan, even though it is so clearly propounded in Śrī Caitanya Charitamrita. Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja clarified that sincere practice of the main limbs of Vaidhi Bhakti, such as chanting, hearing, and remembering, is never to be abandoned. As long as an inclination has not awakened for the path of rag, one should simply carry out the principles of Vaidhi Bhakti with firm faith. In fact, a Raganuga Bhakti sadhak practices the limbs of bhakti more steadfastly than the Vaidhi Bhakta. The aspiration to practice Raganuga Bhakti descends by the mercy of a Rasik Vaishnav who is truly practicing Raganuga Bhakti. Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja taught that it is entirely appropriate for fallen Kali Yuga conditioned souls in the line of Śrīla Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur to pray with deep humility and without the slightest pretense for just a drop of desire to perform Raganuga Bhakti sadhan to enter their heart, knowing this to be the gift of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu.
So this is the topmost of Siddhant in any history, in any Vedic literature. I know that you cannot understand, but even something will come. If anyone is taking bath, all water is going down, but something goes in and refresh the body. On similar, whether I am telling and you are not understanding fully, but something will come and it will lead to attack. It will be a treasure for you for future. So for this, you should be very bold and strong and try to follow my old teachings. These are not my teachings. These teachings are for my Gurudev, Guru Padmanābha. Go Premanandi.
In this way, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu's dearmost emissaries have carried these priceless gifts through the centuries to the present day. His representatives work conjointly to establish his transcendental, all-merciful mission.